the West Coast Cowboy Tour. If you want to see where I'm going to be, go to thejasonellis.com to see tour dates and where I'm going to be, because I might be in your town. thejasonellis.com. Do it. Go now. He is now. There's only two genders.
That's too bad.
Gay people are women now.
He was working those. Oh, my God. Well, that works. He had high heels.
I told you.
I was walking my dog, and I ended up becoming buddy-buddy with him.
Wait.
Yeah.
You befriended a gay guy in high heels?
Well, I was walking my dog.
Wait.
I love L.A. You don't want that.
What is all
More high-heeled male wearing acquaintances for me.
I've got the heart and desire. My mother on fire. Ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mom is a Welcome to the show.
Wow, I wasn't expecting a visit from our producer this quickly.
Camera angles.
It's like goddamn Pee-wee's Playhouse. You never know who's going to come through that front door, but it's usually a fucking clown.
What's the website for Sapazi? SapaziLosAngeles.com.
So you're telling me Sapazi.com was taken?
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, right?
And you still went forward with that brand name. Does it mean something? I'm asking. Yeah, sure. I'm shading it towards being an asshole, but
What?
What does it mean, Miles?
It means...
suppository, right? So the thing you put in your butt.
right.
Exactly. No, it came from...
It's when you have ulcers on your anus, right?
Only certain people know, but it means...
It's people with hemorrhoids.
Say a prayer and send it.
Ooh.
It's an acronym, but...
It's an acronym?
Yeah.
So, was the website...
I don't even know what an acronym is. I'm not going to lie.
DIY, do it yourself? Right.
I still don't really understand why you say acronym.
An acronym is when a saying is shortened to just the first letter of all the words in it. ASAP.
YOLO.
ASAP. As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Right. We can
That's
go
an
through.
acronym.
That's an acronym.
Son of a bitch.
So is Sapazi.com taken by somebody
Is
else?
LOL an acronym?
It is.
Yeah. Laugh out loud.
Laugh out loud.
I learned something today.
Was
Never
it?
mean you learned nothing. You're a cat.
Is Sapazi.com taken by somebody else from the action sports community, or is it a suppository company or some doctor in Glendale?
I don't know what it is, actually. It's been a while since I checked.
We need to fight them.
Absolutely. That's the
Right.
way we should settle all URL disputes.
That's what I think. Everybody should fight everybody.
I finally cut bait on fucktully.com.
Oh, it's...
Cut bait.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means I had it.
I don't know a lot of things today. Sorry.
Cut bait, if I understand the metaphor correctly, is like when you got your line in the water, so you're hoping to catch something, and you don't catch something, and you just give up. Like maybe especially if your line gets caught in something or whatever, and you just cut bait and say, I give up. I'm not going to catch anything with this bait. So I secured the rights. I paid GoDaddy for the privilege of having exclusive rights to fucktully.com for, 5 or 6 years until I finally had to face the reality that I was never going to do anything with that website. And even if I did, it would be insanely stupid. There's a reason why every URL with like fuck in it is available. Because it's not like a great business plan to have fucking,
right.
I
feel like there was...
Has there ever been a website with...
I feel like there was a successful fuck company.
I've never even been to
There was one called Fucked, like Fuct.
Right.
That was like a streetwear company.
That is correct.
That
right?
was probably it.
Like, put it this way. I'm not even familiar with a successful porn site with fuck in the name.
That'd be a bad idea. Right?
Like, is FuckTube a thing?
Let's see.
One would assume.
Yeah, that computer's like, hell yeah. Finally, somebody's looking for the right thing. I've been waiting my whole life. Oh, wait.
FuckTube.
Wait, what is that?
It's a VR porn site.
I feel like I've hooked up with two of those people.
Let's see.
Oh,
I got the chick in the Robin mask.
That's fair.
I'm not showing this, by the way.
Yeah, it's fair. You're
So
so good at stuff, Miles.
It appears that sapazi.com is indeed available.
Yeah, it is right now.
Fucking strike, Miles.
Yeah, Miles, while the iron's hot.
Like, why
Cancel
am I?
the show.
Why am I more energized by that news than you are?
Because like Sapazi lot, most of the people get redirected from our Instagram and stuff anyways.
Very few people are actually.
Yeah, no
And
one's like
type-
searching up URLs for the most part.
I'm not going to lie. Sapazi Los Angeles, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because Los Angeles is, well...
I mean, it's longer to type.
You and I were like... I mean, it was...
I like it.
Was it cool? I mean, you know what
Yeah,
would be
of course
cool?
it was.
It'd be cool if you weren't in America.
Yes.
Sapazi
If you
Los
were- if
Angeles,
you were
and if you're from, like, Sweden, it's probably pretty cool.
Yeah, the further you get away from it, the cooler it seems. I think.
Yeah, we like Los Angeles. You know what I mean? You're like, look, I got streetwire from Los Angeles. And you can brag about it.
Oh, yeah, Mad Sapazi.
Yeah, one time I was there in Los Angeles. It's Sapazi.
Oh, yeah, you know, Rodeo Drive, you know, all of the things.
Yeah. Right. I didn't even know you said the word. I was like, what? You do a way better Swedish person than I do.
Thank you.
I used to have a Swedish friend, and I would just call him German.
They love that.
Yeah, he really hated it.
Yeah,
And I called him Hagen-Dazs.
fair.
And he's like,
Probably also not Swedish.
Hagen-Dazs is German. It's not. And I'm like, yeah, because you are, you fucking crowd. And he's like, I am Swedish. And I'm like, you're fucking German. You're a fucking meat stick.
Yes. It's so satisfying when
Yeah.
you insult somebody like that. and
I
they-
love insulting
they,
foreigners.
they can't dig their way out of it.
Foreigners.
Yeah, I'm going to
This-
miss them when they're gone.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing, huh?
I don't know. Tell me what's going on.
If everyone's getting deported tomorrow,
Okay, are you two?
I don't know. That'd be,
Is my wife going?
dude. Do you want to hear something?
Because I'd have a lot more room in bed.
Right. Well, now that I'm single, I've noticed that.
Yeah, can really explore the space.
I've just started to move into the middle
Yeah.
because I was just used to being on one side.
Dude, I'm such a broken man. Even when I sleep in hotels, I'm on one side or the other.
Yeah, it depends on the size.
Uh-huh.
But I do like, Jesus Christ, dude. I love you too, but fucking hell, get a room.
Pornographic in an illegal sort of way.
Welcome to fuck.com, everybody. Yeah.
So everybody's getting the boot?
Yeah, the trans people are they're not
They're
real.
being deported?
They're not real.
Oh, they're sending them
There's
back to
two
Transylvania?
genders. There's two genders.
Right, okay, I did see that.
So if you're a trans person,
Yeah.
you're a guy.
But what if you're a girl?
You're a girl.
Well, then, great.
No. If you're born a woman and you're a man now, nah, you're a girl.
All right.
And if you're born a guy and you're a girl now, I got some devastating news for you.
Uh-oh.
You're a dude.
Wow.
You're a dude with tits.
Uh-huh.
Which means you can call trans people dudes with tits now, and it's not offensive. It's just a fact. Facts don't care about your problems.
Yeah, it's
Michael.
facts don't care about your feelings.
Sorry, that's what it was.
That's right, Snowflake. Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is he accidentally did this. He got excited and did a hand signal.
He's very excitable.
Yeah, and he's got is it not Tourette's? He's alternative. What is he?
Is he autistic?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed, or is he just claiming that for Riz?
It's confirmed.
Okay.
You're going up to autistic people asking if they're alternative.
Yeah. Well, they are really. You know, if you think about it. Like if you
Yeah.
read between the lines.
Rain Man was pretty indie.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Miles, who's Rain Man?
Rain Man is an alternative fellow.
Wow. I love how you knew he didn't know.
Yeah.
But no, he's in a movie.
Oh,
Yes, he
okay.
is.
Bounce back,
He was
Miles.
he was in a movie called
Get him, Tiger.
Rain Man.
Oh,
and
damn
he's
it.
smart.
Okay.
Oh, how smart.
Alternatively smart.
Wow,
I
he's
see,
correct.
yeah.
That is correct. That is the correct answer to that.
Played by legendary film thespian.
Jim Carrey.
That was
Pretty
Yes
close.
Man.
Pretty close. What was the one airline that he would fly on?
Oh, you've taken him into the deep water.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know toothpicks.
That's the B track right there.
Uh-huh.
Qantas. Do you know why?
Qantas?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what Qantas has that no other airline has?
What does it have?
No crashes.
Nice.
Didn't they crash now?
Maybe. It's been
Think
it's been 40
Can
years.
we go to fuck.com and see if Qantas crashed?
It's been 40 years since Rain Man. A lot can happen.
I think they had a domestic spill. Or have they still pulled off?
Still never crashed.
How's that? Huh?
Oh, I've seen this airline. It's got like the kangaroo on the back.
Oh,
and
wow.
shit.
Good. Man, don't act like it's not a big deal.
Has never had a fatal jet airliner accident.
They're the best.
They're pretty good.
Drill Bill says Haagen-Dazs is American from the Bronx.
I thought that was Frugenglaja.
What's Fusenglaja?
So
Frugen.
Haagen-Dazs started getting some heat in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because until then, like that was one of the parts.
Google it, Miles.
That was one of the parts of like the fancification of America. Like people didn't used to know wine grapes. Like you watch Cheers, and like the fancy person is like, I'll have a glass of white wine. Like nobody said I'll have Chardonnay or I'll have
No, Google Haagen-Dazs if it is American or not.
I thought Haagen-Dazs was legitimately foreign. It was Frugenglaja that was the knockoff.
Because Haagen-Dazs.
It's an American ice cream.
Yeah, in the
brand.
Bronx.
All right.
Nice.
1960.
So everybody in America.
1960? What a weird name for 1960.
Yeah.
Well, they
it
were
seems
trying to
a-
sound foreign and fancy.
See, I rest my case. Swedish people are stupid.
Clearly.
Because he was like, it's German. He's such a... Maybe the name's German.
Maybe.
Haagen-Dazs.
It does
It
sound
sounds
German.
like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because people used to get Americans used to just have like shitty like Breyers soft serve, like shitty ice cream, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and then all of a sudden the yuppies came and they demanded more from their frozen snacks, and so there was Haagen-Dazs that was there to charge them more money for ice cream, and then all of a sudden it was Frugenglaja, which was the knockoff Haagen-Dazs, which was definitely American made.
Wolf Knife member Thick Dick Nick here. After Muss Sig Hale yesterday, will Tully sell his Tesla? Tully didn't even see it.
Yeah,
And he didn't mean it.
yeah, come guys, God,
Look, here's
stop being so triggered.
I said some shit on Twitter and people are attacking me because, they got nothing better to do when they're on Twitter.
What'd you say on Twitter?
I just saw Elon post a bunch of other, like, all the other libtard politicians doing a photo doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, look, I'm like, okay, that's a photo of somebody waving.
Yeah. I knew what you were going to say. Right.
You show me the video of them in the screen cap doing that. Did the hand fly out like that, or was it? Because I know what it was, like it was like and you got him in a photo like that.
Yeah, right.
Just own it that you didn't like. I don't really think that Elon Musk was like, wait till the Nazis see me, like when we're in charge and Heil
That was
Hitler.
his wink, wink, nudge,
Yeah,
nudge
it wasn't
to the
a wink,
SS.
wink,
Right. Yeah.
It was like,
I tend to agree.
yeah, it was just a Todd. He's just a dude. He is. This is the other thing. Like, I get. They're so not cool.
Right now.
And it's like it was. I remember at one point, because I've always been cool, and then it became cool. Like nerds were cool. Like chicks were like, I like nerds. You know
Give me an
what I mean?
example.
Like you don't have to be into sports or strong. It's more like if you're smart or you're an artist or
Yeah.
whatever. And chicks are like, I like him because he's like creative and stuff. And I was like, he's a fucking pussy,
Right.
And because I was
Like chicks who get boners for Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, because
Right.
that was like a cool 80s cool was being tough, like
Yeah.
Rambo,
Right, yeah, right.
And then it got cool where it's like you could be like like an artist of sorts, or you could be like a tech guy.
Right.
And tech guys were attractive.
Tech guys were attractive.
You had a lot of Bitcoin. You could get laid with a lot of Bitcoin. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was a weird thing.
The guy with the plastic bag blowing around in American Pie.
Yeah. Where chicks were like,
in American Beauty, rather. Yeah.
oh yeah. Doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
it just seemed like, okay, so you don't have to be a jock, and if anything, jocks were now uncool.
Yes.
It flipped, you know.
Right. The 21 Jump Street movie played with that a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it just seemed like now, people wear T-shirts or like I know politics is like these people are legends, or they're really cool or they're really bad, and I'm like, well, they're not. Whether they're good or bad, they're not cool. Mm-hmm. Like they're fully uncool. Like Donald Trump loves YMCA. Dude, it's crazy that he loves that song.
It really is.
He had them perform.
I know.
And he was on stage doing this double dick jerk off thing that he does.
Right.
Which is fucking
Yeah.
It's just.
I think at this point,
I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. I'm saying
we're just talking cool.
any dude that goes, oh, YMCA and does that, and he's not joking. Because if he's joking, he's pretty funny. That was pretty funny to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're jerking dicks off.
He's not a joke kind of guy.
No, he's seriously rocking right there. And if that's how you seriously rock, you're so not cool. And then Elon came out, and I don't watch the whole. I'm not watching that shit. I don't give a fuck. I've never watched the one before or after, or fucking 20 years ago. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care about fucking politics. I'm a fucking Neanderthal. I don't give a shit. Show me the titties, son. That's where I'm at. Fire, titties, and somebody needs to jump something ASAP, which is a
Acronym?
Fuck, I gotta memorize that. But yeah, he comes out and he's doing this weird jumping thing where I'm like, God damn, like you are really not cool, like you're not a cool guy. And then it's like you see the photos before he had hair, and I'm like, he's a real nerdy guy. Like not cool.
No, he's a pretty classic guy who got really far being a nerd and now is going to spend the back nine of his life trying to get the cool shit that he
like
didn't
that
have.
comedian that does the cartoon stuff. He's in movies as himself as well because he's kind of famous, but he was famous for being a voice of a cartoon that he wrote.
I mean, I'm thinking of Howie Mandel, but that's not him.
Nah.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Remember, he just started like...
Oh, for sure.
Because he's trying to get chicks.
Well,
and I'm like, yeah, of course you want to get chicks. You never got any chicks. Now you're rich and you're famous.
Yeah.
If you get a good suit and a haircut, you're going to get some hot tang.
Well,
who doesn't want hot tang?
And they were all jealous of like the cool guys when they were in high school, and this is their chance. They have all the money and all the power.
You know why they were jealous of the guys? Because they're getting hot tang.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all we care about is hot tang.
And Bezos is another example.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, you're so not cool.
Right.
And now you're kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know which one's his wife, plastic surgery lady or whatever, but I'd fuck her.
Bezos's.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like,
Yeah.
Is she this hottest chick in the world? No. Mm-hmm. But is she fuckable? Fuck, yeah.
Oh, that's big of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A discerning man like yourself.
Discerning.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you won't just fuck anybody. Your track record speaks for itself.
That's fucked up, Michael.
Sure.
I won't just fuck anybody now.
Right, but you would fuck her.
I'm saying now I would fuck her.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. If 4 years ago we said I would fuck her.
Not saying much.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
You might have considered Bezos.
Yeah. Oh, no. I've had somebody that looked just like him suck me off.
Really?
Yeah. Several.
That's
Do you think about that when you see him?
I do not, actually. I don't think about gay sex at all.
You were just thinking about it.
No, I was not. I can think of a guy, of a bunch of guys that blew me, and I don't visualize them. As I say this right now, I don't see him slobbing my knob. I just remember seeing gay dudes, and they're like, hey, and I'm like, yeah, sure. The rest is like, dude, the rest of it is when I'm having sex with those people, I'm in a, just not in my own head, like I'm not looking at them. I'm not looking at anything. I'm like, I'm out, it's like I'm high. I took a big rip and I'm high, and that's all I'm thinking about. It's like, I'm not thinking about me. That's the whole point of it. Analyzing it is like, ugh. I mean, I have analyzed it, and that's also like a bit of a, oh, man, it's very confusing because I'm slightly grossed out, but I'm still in it because I get to come, and when I come, I'm not thinking about anything except jizzing. So it's like a second of freedom, if you will. But, yeah, I don't want to... She's kind of hoary looking.
Yeah, for sure.
She's got a slut face.
Well...
And I mean that in a nice way.
I think she's got a kind of slutty vibe.
Yeah.
He communicated to her, or she got the vibe that what he was looking for this time around was like, it's a little bit like how like little girls, when like my daughter who's 6, like want to be fancy, they have a very like super duper over the top idea of what beautiful is, which is wearing way too much makeup and wearing all the jewelry and shit like that. It's like Bezos has like a 12-year-old boy's idea of what sexy is, and somewhere along the way she figured out, I don't know, she found like his stack of pornos or something, and she's like, oh, what he actually wants is like a high-priced bimbo.
Yeah.
And he's going to meet lots of chicks in this town, but not too many who are willing to wear lingerie to an inauguration. I will be your bimbo.
Yeah, it's like people don't understand what
Who
it's
was
like.
she looking at again? Remember
What?
there was the meme where it was like she was like looking at some celebrity who was talking to, like she was...
Oh, she looked at a famous person. What's wrong with looking at a famous person?
I do it every time I'm around them.
Yeah, dude, the famous person was high-fiving him, and she was there, and she was giving him the eye. She was looking at him because he's famous. We all still see ourselves as these people that we started as, and then you see, oh my God, that's Kanye, and you look at him like, I don't know if it was Kanye or not, but it was somebody that is famous, and she was like, oh wow, and I think they were definitely reading into it a little too much. Yeah, I would come all over that face. That is a slut's head. She's got a slutty vibe. And I like the black of it all. Whoa, man, go back to the other one. Hell yeah, man. Like, she is a hoe.
I bet you before he got divorced, he used to jerk
big
off.
head.
He used to jerk off to the Mexican news.
Which is, I don't hate him for that.
Yeah.
Mexican news is, like, if I was going to jerk off to news, that's the news I'd jerk off to. Wow.
Yeah. She definitely has like
Dude, dude, you can laugh. That chick, you would bang her. If you were single, Michael, and she was into it, you would bang her. Okay, her head is really big.
No, I definitely
But I feel like we're analyzing her. Like, if she was just a girl on the street, you'd be like, wow, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, for sure. But you're ranking her above lots of other public figures. I would not.
No, I'm not. Give me a public figure that you think is as hot as her.
I think
She's pretty hot. She's got a good body. Her head's big from the HGH, but it's still attractive.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
She's a little over the top for my personal taste.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, there you go. Look, there she's not being like super hoary. She's got like a normal head there. It is doughy. Look, man, look at me. You know, what am I saying? I'm like, oh, she's a bit doughy. Look at my fucking chewed up head. You know? I look like a fucking tattooed piece of bubblegum mixed with a dick.
Look, it's not... If you told me that's Ice-T's new chick, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's a little surprising.
Yeah,
What
okay.
we think we know, which we don't know him, what we think we know about Bezos, a little surprising that's not just the rebound chick. That's like his next forever chick.
Yeah, well, sluts are forever.
Yeah.
Look,
But I'm not the
a lot
one-
of us haven't had eights. And I'm talking...
Hard eights?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a hard eight naked on top of you? Because it's hard to understand. Wait, was she going out with that other dickhead that I was talking about? Because there he is over there. Is that her? Wait, he was with her too. Oh, she is a...
Oh, I don't know about that. You're wondering...
It's not her?
Well,
That's not her?
Just because they were at a red carpet event doesn't mean that they used to be a couple.
That looks like a couple to me.
Well, look it up. Was what is her name? Was Lauren Sanchez ever in a relationship with Seth MacFarlane? I don't think so. I thought that she was...
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like she slubbed his knob in that photo. They look like a couple.
Well, that said that it was at
Look at
some
that.
sort of
That's a couple.
Amazon Prime event.
Just stand by, Michael, because
Which-
I'm pretty sure he came on her.
Can you Google have they dated?
Jesus Christ, Miles. We're doing a professional broadcast here. And no more Haagen-Dazs. We got the answer.
It makes sense that they would be at some sort of Amazon Prime event. Her husband owns Amazon.
Okay. Look,
he's
I'm
an
not saying
entertainment
you're wrong, Michael. I'm just saying that was a suspicious photo. They look like they have... Oh, she just hoes out with everybody.
On again, off again with Tony.
Oh, she was like an athlete. She liked athlete dick.
Yeah, football
Fair
player
enough.
Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, God, she banged that guy. She's got a range.
When she was... So she is a television news person. I thought I remembered that.
Right.
So her first public figure was a local LA news guy. Derek Fisher of the Lakers.
Okay. All right, so maybe not. Michael's right.
Wait, now you've changed your tune on her?
No, not at all.
Just because of the Seth MacFarlane thing, you confirmed that she was not in a relationship with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
But yeah, getting back to having naked eights all over you.
Yeah.
It's hard to... It's kind of like, people make fun of people for doing certain things, or you're evil for like doing this thing, and it's like, has anyone ever offered you $1 million? Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, I wouldn't do it for, like Skechers. I don't want to be sponsored by Skechers. Mm-hmm. For $1 million, I'd be like, pretty sure I'm wearing Skechers.
For sure.
It's $1 million.
No.
And it's like, I don't want to marry a dumb slut. I was trying to figure out a PG version, but fuck it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, but could a Nate convince me to marry her and not sign a prenup? I'm trying to be honest right now, Michael. Yes. Because...
Understood.
I've had especially now, because I'm not hot anymore. Well, as hot. I'm still pretty hot, let's face it. But I'm nowhere near as hot as I was in my prime, like when I had hair and shit.
Yes.
And an 8 back then. I'd be
it
like,
used to be very hot.
Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Like there was I dated a girl. She penthouse pet. She was hot.
Mm-hmm. Hard 8.
She was a hard 9.
Mm-hmm.
I would have married her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's not an 8 anymore, so I wouldn't. But if she was still an 8, and she was like, "Oh, mate, let's get back together," I'd be in a conundrum. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I'd be in a serious conundrum. Is that still the right word?
It has... The meaning of the word has not changed.
Just making sure.
I guess...
I'm just saying, people don't know what it's like to have this kind of an offering. Like, you make fun of people for doing stupid things, and it's like, have you had that offer?
Okay, but I think what's baked into your hypothetical is if you're just a regular guy going about your regular life and you've never had anything... Like, yes, she could probably make most married men in America... Like, she could approach them at a Dave & Buster's, and if they had a couple drinks...
Oh, that's the worst place to get me.
Get them to...
I'm such a whore at Dave & Buster's.
Once I get in the potato skins...
Pig with lipstick and
no
get me at Dave & Buster's,
no
Michael.
turning back. Could she get a lot of guys who have only slept with, like, ordinary-looking women to cheat on their wife pretty easily? Yeah. But there is a reason why... she's kind of an outlier among like trophy wives because guys like Bezos, I mean, there aren't many guys like Bezos. He's next level wealthy, had their pick of those. So it's one thing to say you couldn't turn her down. I don't have an army of her coming up to me before and after her. He chose her out of the army of, he could have had any fucking color of the...
Well, she's probably an intellectual.
I think she's probably bright.
That's what I'm saying.
But
if you're very intelligent...
You think he couldn't find another smart, hot chick?
Well, maybe they like to laugh about a certain thing.
I
Maybe
think...
she has a certain... I'll tell you, a big one for me.
Yeah.
Sense of humor.
Sure.
Like...
I bet he could find a hot, smart, funny chick.
Here's one. I broke up with Katie once, and then I went on a bit of a tear, and I had 2 girls that I dated. One black chick, 4, sick hot. Mm-hmm. And then a blonde chick, sick hot. Nice ladies.
Yeah.
And hot.
Uh-huh. Didn't have the humor?
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's nice to have all of these things in a partner.
So she's probably a fun time.
I bet.
I bet she's a super whore bag. Like, I bet she says, like, you know what I mean? Jizz in my eye, daddy, and shit.
I bet she
all
does.
The good stuff.
Yeah, and I bet she doesn't stop after like 3 months.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's still saying the same stuff.
I think so. And
She
I bet
probably
you
hires other girls to, like, eat his butt
maybe.
while she reads stuff to him. Weird, like, Satan stuff.
And I bet because she's got some
It's kinky.
experience
Miles, you know what I'm saying?
betting high-profile dudes. I bet she's got some moves. I bet she's got some tricks.
Yeah. Like Jagger.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have sex with? Her or Mick Jagger?
Her.
What about if you were gay?
Her.
Really?
Yeah, dude, because Mick Jagger is 90 years old and
Okay,
she looks
okay,
like
okay,
looks like former
wait,
Texas
wait.
Rangers great Pudge Rodriguez.
Let me finish. Mick Jagger's only 50. Wait. No.
Dude, his face has been 100 since he was 30.
You don't think that he was doable when he was 28?
28. Okay, that's a different story.
Right.
Okay, I'm gay.
Yeah.
28-year-old Mick Jagger or her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now I'm defaulting to the fact that I'm homosexual.
You are gay. I finally got you.
I became friends with the gay guy last night.
Yeah, oh, wow.
I was walking my dog.
Did you tell him that he's a girl? He is now. There's only two genders.
That's too bad.
Gay people are women now.
He was working those. Oh, my God. Well, that works. He had high heels.
I told you.
I was walking my dog, and I ended up becoming buddy-buddy with him.
Wait.
Yeah.
You befriended a gay guy in high heels?
Well, I was walking my dog.
Wait.
I love L.A.
How-
Fuck you, Austin.
That's a song.
Yeah, dude. You don't want that.
What is Austin?
More high-heeled male wearing
Oh,
acquaintances
man. That was
for me.
That was a direct attack on Kill Tony.
Uh-huh.
Let him go. Wait, a gay guy with high heels came up to him and was like, nice dog or something? Or did you go up to him and go, nice heels?
We were at the crosswalk together.
And that's how all like crazy love starts.
He didn't hit the button, and I thought that he did hit the button, and so the light changes really fast when you jump. Because he got there first, I assume that he did.
Oh, he's gay.
So we start going
Gay
across.
people are like women, Michael. They're not going to press the button.
I walk really fast. My dog was born to run. He's wearing high heels.
He ain't running.
He more like clogs. So
Right.
we got like halfway across the street and it starts to turn yellow. And I'm like, oh, bro, you gotta.
You're
I thought
looking out for
I
the
thought you hit
homo.
the button. You gotta go. And then it just turned
LGBT.
out that we were walking in the same direction. So yeah, he's from the neighborhood. His name's William.
You got to chatting.
Well, it was kind of awkward because I walk faster than him because I walk fast and because Iggy
And
was
he's
born
got
to
heels
run,
on.
and because he's got clogs on.
Yeah.
But Iggy frequently stops to shit and pee.
That's nice.
So I kept going, okay, cool. Well, nice to meet you.
Oh, and then he'd catch
he'd
up.
catch up. Like we said hi and bye like 5 times.
But then you kept like,
The second time, it was like it got awkward and then more awkward, and then it just kind of became.
let's just bro down.
That's our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like,
was
how
wearing-
much further do you think you would have had to walk before you let him blow you?
I will admit to being
Attracted to him?
egotistical enough that I wondered if he thought about, because he did kind of keep wanting having the conversation with
Yeah.
me. I'm just like a friendly guy.
He thought he could turn you.
No,
You wish he thought you could turn you.
no.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's just that I think that most gay guys, like flamboyantly gay guys, are like pretty easy.
Flamboyant gay guys are whores, you're saying.
Pretty easy, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
In my experience.
What is your experience with flamboyant guys being whores?
I know flamboyant gay people.
And they tried to have sex with you?
No, they never do.
So then how do you know
Rarely.
they were trying to be whores?
They're a little bit. We talked about this with Dr. Drew on the last show. In my experience, and if yours is different, fucking different strokes, gay guys are a little bit more promiscuous than straight people.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree
Okay,
with
yeah.
that.
So like we have friends who come and stay at our house. Like when this lady that I know comes from New York and she stays with us, we usually just like hang out and go out for dinner or drinks. And then when my other friend comes, we just hang out and go for drinks. When our gay friend comes to town, we hang out with
He
him.
drinks your cum.
He also has like 3 dates while he's in town every
Right.
single fucking time. Like I fucking noticed the pattern there.
It's like they really know how to live.
Well, it's also like they have a lot more options.
I'm
but
just
I would,
saying, like, if you're single and you're a single cute girl, why
Yeah.
not have 3 dates on the weekend?
I would if I could.
Right?
So
That's
I
how-
was the fact that he kept talking to me. I was like, I wonder if it just turned out that we were going in the same direction for like a half an hour. At a certain point, would he be like, "Hey, man, so I know you're probably not usually into this, but you never know with guys." I was wondering if he wanted to like have like a quickie with Ted Lasso,
In the bushes.
because I feel like to him I'm Ted Lasso.
Who's Ted Lasso?
Can you bring up Ted Lasso? You know what is it Apple series? Jason Sudeikis, soccer show, guy with the mustache.
That guy is?
Because that's what I feel like I look like to a gay guy in high heels.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would not be his type, but I could see him being like, dude, last night I was fucking walking across Venice.
Who would you rather have
And I
sex
ended up
with?
blowing Ted Lasso.
David Lasso. Wait, Ted Lasso or Mick Jagger now?
Oh God, that's so hard.
Wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
You go to dinner first. His treat.
You got to go out with Mick Jagger.
You do.
Right.
I did that. That was cheating.
Yeah.
Because I would
Even
have
the-
sex
even-
with Mick Jagger, and obviously I'm not gay, Michael. I would have sex with Mick Jagger if it was he's going to take you to dinner, but the consequences are you got to have sex with him afterwards. I'd be like, man, I'm not gay, but
Yeah.
that's a good dinner.
It's like it's so the
Let me
nature-
tell you about the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Fucking hell, tell me, Mick Jagger.
Yeah, just talking shit about just talking about Keith Richards.
Doing
like,
a key bump and talking shit on Keith Richards.
while he rails you. Yeah.
Wow. Man, I was hoping to enjoy a pork chop first, but okay.
The appeal is so different. Like,
Oh,
to me, Lasso is more like if you're on a desert island forever, and there's no getting off of it, and it's just like, look, guy, we both got needs. You think about whoever the hell you want to think about. Lord knows I'm not going to be thinking about you. Let's jerk each other off.
who would you rather have sex with? Vince Neil or
What era?
a hippopotamus?
Well,
Right after he got off stage.
I mean, the
from
thing
a
is,
killer show where
thing
he
is-
sang barely any lyrics to the song. Wow.
the thing is, I'm not into like extended sharts where like liquid feces goes flying everywhere.
Wait,
So
who does that?
probably,
Oh,
so
the-
probably the hippopotamus.
I thought you were. I was like, dude, for sure, Vince Neil does crazy fucking diarrhea all day. He does farts where they just kickstart that.
He probably doesn't even bother getting off the toilet when he's not on the road.
He's completely covered in shit 24 hours a day.
Just lives in a
Yeah.
poo trough.
Those leather pants are poo pants.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, man. Is he married? He
Well,
killed the guy, right?
He did kill a guy.
Yeah.
He killed
It seemed like he
Razzle.
didn't feel that bad.
He bounced back from it. He
Pretty
definitely,
good, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Bit too quick.
Yeah, but he's had tragedy as well.
What's worse, killing a guy or doing an accidental Zig Heil because you're super excited and you're a nerd?
Yeah, no, I probably would. I probably have accidentally Sieg Heiled. To the best of my
haven't
knowledge,
we all, Michael?
To the best of my knowledge, I've never
I've done it
accidentally
3 times today.
I've never accidentally killed a Finnish drummer.
I did it on YouTube like 5 minutes ago. Oh, yeah. What are you gonna do though? You know.
Right. So I
Guess
see
how much?
what?
Guess how much weight I bench pressed today?
I love this game.
Miles?
think
I know, it's
you
in
benched 265.
Ah, you made me feel like a bitch. Miles, what do you think it is?
You benched 290.
Man, fuck you guys. It was 245.
That's great.
Man, fuck. All right, but look,
That's more than your body weight.
it is.
That's the benchmark.
It's 25 pounds more than my body weight. And then I think
It's
if
more
I can
than
do
you and your cat combined.
I think if I can do 245, I think next week I'll do
You're knocking on the door.
260, and then
Yeah.
it'll be time to do the 3. And then when I do the 3,
Yeah.
I'm gonna film it, and then I'm gonna call Bert Kreischer out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because Bert Kreischer really cares what I have to say.
He does.
He doesn't.
He's hanging on your every word.
Yeah, Tony and I made fun of Bert Kreischer the other day, and he was like, "Wait for my response." I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't think he's gonna respond.
I see.
I texted him today.
How's he doing?
He didn't respond.
I see.
That's how I get a read.
Hey, Miles, would you have sex with Mick Jagger if when you
Wait,
were
you know who Mick Jagger is, right?
Yes.
if when
Only
you-
because we schooled you in it.
yeah
Yes.
if when you were done, Sofia Vergara would flip a coin and you could call it, and if you won the coin flip, she would then have sex with you.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say anal or vaginal.
Yeah, because worst comes to worst, I can say me and Mick Jagger, you know.
Would you tell people you had sex with Mick Jagger?
You'd have to.
No,
No.
you wouldn't.
I bet you there's a couple people out
At
there
least
who are
my-
mum about that.
Oh yeah.
I would come here and tell you guys and be like,
Oh, I
hey,
believe that.
Guess
Man,
what
This is
guess
a
what
safe
happened
space.
in the Ramada last night, dude.
Dude, if that ever
Could have been
happens,
Sofia Vergara, but it wasn't. You wouldn't believe who it was.
it was Mick Jagger.
Yeah. You
What is
would
Mick
be-
Jagger's other name?
You guys would be pretty.
Is his name Mick Jagger?
I think Mick is a nickname for Michael.
Michael Jagger?
Sounds funny when you say that. Let's see. What's his name?
See, you don't know.
No, I don't know. I'm not a Stones person. His name is
Michael Philip Jagger.
There you go.
So he is a Jagger. Jagger's a rock and roll name.
Doesn't he kind of look like a skinny Arnold sometimes?
No.
No. But look when he was a kid.
He looks like
He was a good looking guy.
if
when
somebody
he was a kid.
ate John Bon Jovi and shit him back out.
Nah, he's still old there. Go down to the one with next one. Yeah. You know who he looks like, Miles?
Oh,
Jimmy Wilkins.
he does look like Jimmy Wilkins.
Jimmy's a good looking dude. Something about being good looking and having a good style in skating. Chris Miller's a good looking guy. Good style. Jimmy Wilkins, good looking guy. Me, just to name a few, you know?
That's pretty much the list.
Yeah. He's not that good looking there.
I don't think he's actually very good looking. I think just sometimes you can be so cool and have so much swagger, it doesn't really matter.
I think he was good looking when he was real young. Like that photo that Miles put up, I thought he was pretty good looking in that photo. Miles, you agree, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just hard to separate, like with that one that's on the bottom where he's looking directly at the camera next to the one where his face is in blue.
Yeah, it's a bummer. You gotta take into account he's in England.
Right.
England makes you not attractive.
But you also have to take into account that his mouth is closed there. It only gets worse when you can see his teeth.
Right. Well, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Madonna doesn't look like she's wearing a picture of Madonna on a helmet anymore. Her head shrunk.
Oh, did she get off of? She dialed back whenever it was. that she was-
There's this thing going on. It's probably not true because it's on TikTok where a lot of celebrities that look pretty messy are starting to tighten it up.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Lohan, Madonna, and
Yeah.
some other bitch, where you're like, not that bad again. And I'm like, what did you do?
Well,
People are saying it's this new herb. I think Joe Rogan made it.
yeah, I don't know if it would
Makes
be
you smarter.
if it would be an herb, but like they definitely made advances.
Yohimbi or something.
Oh, okay. Because like Demi Moore, for example, I think a lot of people who have been because she's like pretty open about having work done and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel like Demi looks better now than she did like 10 years ago.
She didn't look that good then. That's why.
But I think it's also because she's had a ton of work done for a long time and they've
Right.
gotten better at the work,
Right.
which means there's hope for all of us. Can you imagine if I was
No.
just like,
We don't have any money.
but can you imagine if I was 70 and I had money and you just like saw me and you're just like, holy shit, you literally like your skin is dewy. I knew you when you were 32 years old. I
Yeah.
swear to God, you look exactly the same. And I was like, oh, hey, nice to see you guys.
I'm going to do it. There's
It's
two
so
roads.
wild.
I've got two roads.
Uh-huh.
One, it doesn't turn out right. I go back to Australia, live in the bush, grow a beard.
Total decrepitude.
Yeah, and I'm like a hermit. Like every now and then I come out of the bushes and kill people and live off their blood.
Hell yeah.
Then the other one is the comedy thing skyrockets.
Right.
And I am huge. And I go to the gym all the time. I'm State Jack, because I told you, one of my sponsors' friends, 75. He's more jacked than me, dude.
Yeah.
And he's 75.
Right.
Like, I'm like, man, I want those arms. But his head is toadstooled. But if you had all the work
Sure seems to
and
be
the
the price
jacked,
you pay. Right.
then your comedy career keeps going because the youth understand the words coming out of your mouth because you're still so sexy.
Because you still look like one of them.
That's all it is. You got to be sexy.
Yeah.
If you got to bring it back. You can't tell jokes and be decrepit. Who's the funniest? Because it's not the same era. Like there was the guy, hey, fucking.
Yeah. Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, he was hideous, right?
Yeah.
But he was like a Hollywood movie star and hideous. Everyone loved him
He got laid for sure.
all the time.
Crazy.
Which is, oh God, those poor women. But now, Rodney couldn't make it.
Oh. You don't
They
think
wouldn't.
so?
I want him to, but I don't think that we would allow it. Who's the ugliest famous person in the world right now?
Danny DeVito, Christopher Lloyd.
Who's Christopher Lloyd?
He's the Doc from
He's not
Back to the Future.
Yeah, but he's not famous. I mean, sorry, he's not like
He's not hot.
he's not a big star, and he's in movies where he's an old scientist.
Yeah.
He ain't getting laid. Like if he was single at the club, he ain't getting tang.
No.
He ain't getting a sweet 8.
I saw him in person recently. He doesn't know what's going on anymore.
You never saw the movie The Grey, right?
I've never seen it. I only feel like I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene in it where there's a bad guy. He has no muss tattooed on his neck. I forgot his name. He's
No muss.
Yeah, yeah.
Gary Busey might be.
Gary Busey's not a hot star.
That's right.
No, I'm saying the ugliest.
Yeah, but he's not a hot
Yeah, but we're
star.
saying a hot star that is ugly.
I went right through the intersection today where he had his motorcycle accident.
I can't believe you know that intersection.
I do. It's not far from my house.
God, he's terrifying.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken could get laid. I'm not saying he wants to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if he was like at some stupid thing,
Yeah.
he could get not a 28 because that'd be gross.
Yeah.
But like a fucking 40-year-old, which to me in my 50s, an 40-year-old, that's what I want. I'm sick of fucking children, Michael.
I would like
I mean,
to...
I want a full-grown woman that's been around, seen it all, done that.
Yeah.
Maybe a divorce or two.
Right.
Maybe, injected meth or something at one point, but then got it all together. And now we're out there in the gym, working on ourselves, getting plastic surgery because we're rich.
Yeah.
And we have great sex, and she says weird stuff.
I would watch a show where they just sent guys who are like really too old to even try this shit anymore, but have undeniable swagger, like Rod Stewart, Christopher Walken, Mick Jagger. The whole thing is they just walk up to like the hottest chick at like fancy hotel bars and they just freeze the frame and they're like, hello. And we're like, is this chick going to be receptive to Christopher Walken, 90 years old, kicking game? And we all just bet. And that's the game show.
I would watch that.
Yeah. You're reminding me of this woman who is becoming sort of weirdly notorious for being Hollywood's leading grandpa chaser. Her name is Noor Alfallah. She's
European.
She's grew up in LA, actually. She is, I'm not sure exactly what her family is. She was born in Santa Monica. Her dad is Kuwaiti. She comes from money. Her dad's the president of an oil company. But she's Al Pacino's baby mama. But I don't know if I knew Al Pacino's baby mama has also been romantically linked over the years to Mick Jagger and Clint Eastwood.
Whoa.
Yeah. She just specializes in bedding 80-year-old celebrities. And now they say she has most recently been spotted in the company of Bill Maher.
He's gross.
Which I tend to agree. Which you don't think of him. He's not as old as Al Pacino, but he is 68 years old at this point.
Right, but he's gross.
He is a not attractive celebrity.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
Something annoys me about him.
I think it's him. Like, I think he's just generally a fairly off-putting person.
Yeah,
He's very smarmy. He has the face of a troll doll.
Yeah, Bill Burr and him were talking, and that one really made me not like him. Because it's like Bill Burr really sort of opened it up where I was like, yeah,
Right.
you are a fucking snooty douche.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
And I used to like him. Like, when he first started and his shtick hasn't changed over the years. He had that show Politically Incorrect years and years and years ago. I loved it.
Yep.
And I thought that he was really good about, like, making the joke, but also not making it about him. I think I just got sick of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just, like, it's fun when somebody's a know-it-all for, like, 5 years, but when they've been a know-it-all for, like, 50 years, it's like, great, you know everything, dude. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's how I feel.
And I think I've heard some pretty credible stuff about him being really, really uncool to, like, people in his orbit, like people who work with him. And
Oh, I believe that.
yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm that.
I mean, he's high all the time. So he's not really aware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
So that can happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you're really high, you can be a douche and not know it.
Maybe.
Because you don't catch what you're saying that much.
Maybe.
You're
I
kind of
don't
living
know.
in a high bubble.
It's pretty weird to me, as somebody I become socially hypersensitive when I'm stoned.
Yeah.
That's a weird.
Yeah, but you can't handle weed.
Right.
People that can, it's different.
But I feel like part of the thing with weed in general is like music sounds better. You get more invested in a movie. It is all a part of.
Yeah, but you get more invested in your own thoughts.
I guess.
So you don't know if you don't even catch that you hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, that's not a kind of stone. Even when weed worked for me, that's not a kind of stone that I can relate to.
I can.
Like an alcohol one is easier for me to
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Where you're oblivious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, I'm pretty sure I just got booked to do a tour in Australia.
Really? Oh, that's great.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. I
Melbourne,
figured.
Sydney, Adelaide, and Perth. So, like, Australia.
Yeah, that is Australia. Yeah.
So, like, the only thing that's weird about it is I don't know. Like, I don't really want my mother
Yeah.
to go see my show.
I understand.
Like, I think I'd rather see my mum
Right.
when I'm in town
Totally.
and then be like, nah, mum.
Right.
Like, she's not, she'd be okay with it.
That's
Like,
not it.
It's just,
Yeah.
I don't want to know you're in the room,
I totally understand.
you know?
Right.
And I think my brother, that's about it. I mean, my brother and my brother's mates, those guys, but still, that would be it would be way more pressure than
Right.
like doing a show with Whitney Cummings.
I understand.
I'm like, I know that there's 5 people in this room that knew me when I was something else.
Yep.
And I also feel like being in Australia and having, you know, like I haven't, I've had no time to think about it. I was working out and then I was getting ready for the show and then I looked at my email and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Really? Are you guys serious? And then I looked at the thing. It's like, yeah, confirmed. Like, pay for accommodation and airfare. And I'm like, holy shit, not maybe. It's a deal. And then I was like, if you go, you're from Australia. You gotta write jokes about you were from here.
It would
You
be
can't
weird
do
if-
your
if-
normal set
yeah,
and
it'd be
act
weird
like
if- yeah. Right.
yeah. So like I gotta think of like new stuff to do for Australia, and I'm also like, I do have American friends that said that the Australians really love our comedy.
Oh yeah.
So
It's become very common for comics to go
so
tour over
that's
there. Yeah.
so that's good.
Right.
And I do. You know, it's a weird when you haven't been there that long, for very long. Like I haven't been there for over 10 years, but when I was there, it's only for a few days, so I don't know you anymore. You know, and I'm like, if I talk like this, how are you guys with that? It's even when I go to another city that's like far away from here, or even if I go to Huntington Beach and I'm like, oh, Huntington Beach, I've seen a few videos where some people there are not like the most open-minded people, and I'm like, am I going to be okay doing what I do?
Right.
I am,
Right.
but it doesn't mean I don't think that for a second when I get in there.
Sure. And then you remember that people are basically people.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is, just seeing Perth and Adelaide, I'm like, I don't know anybody anymore. I'll just be in Australia
Right.
by myself.
Yeah, that's nice.
In a land that is like kind of where I came from, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Kind of,
Yeah.
more than kind of.
Yeah. And just, it's like one of those things like, I've been to Adelaide, I've been to Perth, I went to the ramp.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck else is
Yeah,
going
it's
on
not
there.
your city, obviously.
It's be kind of cool to just, because I feel like nowadays, cause when I go to like towns that there is not a lot to go see, I end up kind of having a good time walking around, like
Yeah.
taking in weird stuff. And I think I think I'm ready, because I think there was a time there where I would go back and there was a lot of drama with my family, and because of my father and the stuff that I've said about him, and some of the people in the family don't believe that he did it. And I'm like, man, okay. And I think there was a little bit of a it would bring stuff up. My brother that passed away, it would be more apparent every day I was in Australia that he wasn't here, because it was more like, he's not around when I'm here, but when I go back he is, and then you go back and he's not, and you're like, oh fuck, he really isn't here. And it's been 20 years since that happened.
Wow.
So I think I can kind of just enjoy being there.
All right.
But I said this from the start, man. Like, if comedy gets me to where I came from, which is where I should go back, some people say.
For sure.
It's not, I'm no, fucking big comedian or anything, but to do all the things that I've done and go through all the shit that I've gone through, and to have somebody fly me back to Australia to do comedy, it's pretty cool, man.
It sure is.
So I think that's what I'll probably end up doing when I'm walking around waiting to do a show, is go,
yeah,
dude, you're by yourself out here, but
here you are.
you look at the, remember when you walked around fucking Carlsbad when you were by yourself? When I was like, I want to make it skateboarder. I'm like, whoa, look at the donut store. They got all these donuts. Like all those things that I saw and thinking, I'm going to give it everything I've got, but the odds of it working out are slim to nothing, And then 3 years in a row I came here and I skated good. And they were like, good for you. Bye. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's it, And then looking back, like I was at a level where if it was in the 80s, I would have been set, making money. Pro dude, you're good, you're awesome, you're one of us. But died in the ass, and they were like, yeah, man, not gonna, you're ripping, just nobody cares. And I was like, oh wow. So it's like, this is things like somebody called the other day where they think when something good is happening, when something good comes, they get scared that they're going to lose it all.
Right.
It's like, to me, I remember, I don't know if you knew this, but like when we first started selling out the Hard Rock guy said to me, and I was making good money from it, to me, but he goes, yeah, Stern used to come here, paid him $1 million to come here, but that was a different time back then. And I remember going, I've heard this before, where I'm at the top of my game, but my game, nobody cares. And I'm like, I'm just this era where when I get to the top, it's not that good. Mm-hmm. There was a better time,
right? I know what you mean, yeah.
And I think competitive me would get dark on that. So there's a part of me that's like, when I do get to the top of my game in comedy's pretty fucking hot right now. Mm-hmm. But in 10 years from now, maybe it's
who knows?
Comedy is, yeah, man, like, great. Bill Burr makes like $5,000 a month. Like, nobody cares. And I'm like, oh. I had to been here, 10 years before.
Yeah.
It would have worked out. But you can't look at it like that. Yeah, you
can't. It's
but
so
there is
far
a thing.
Your control.
I've got to fight that. I've got to fight that thought, because there is a thought where I go, you'll get there just in time for a jack shit.
Yeah. Well, so what? Even if you knew right now that was going to be the case, what would you do differently?
Nothing.
Right. So.
Yeah, it's better than porn.
Right.
Saw a porn guy today.
I think I did too, driving up here.
He got sober because of me, he said.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Remember the guy I told you about that had a seizure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sober?
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he told me a story about how he was doing bumps 5 days a week, and I was like, recently. And he's like, I've been sober for 2 weeks. And I'm like, dude, you're going to die. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I know, that's why I got sober, but I follow you. I see you, like, your journey. And I'm like, man, I'm going to try it. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm like, you going to meetings? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you got a sponsor? He's like, not yet. I'm like, get one. And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm not connecting. And I'm like, just get one. And the cool thing about the meetings is when you find another one, get that guy or that girl instead. But for now, fucking take anyone. If there's a guy that you don't even like and he's going to run you through the steps, fucking do it.
Sure.
So I was happy for him.
Of course.
And he didn't try to hug me. He gave me knuckles.
Nice.
Because he knows,
yeah.
like, don't do that to me.
Yeah.
You know? I was pretty happy about it. I liked it.
Good.
Yeah. Miles?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. Are you going to Ayers Rock?
No, they don't have a big comedy scene in Ayers Rock. And Perth and Adelaide and Sydney and Melbourne are nowhere near Ayers Rock. But man, if I had a free 2 days, if I had a free 2 days and I went to Ayers Rock instead of Melbourne to hang out with my parents, with my mum, I'd be a dick.
Yeah, I would.
That's the Aussie hard rock.
That's what they say.
That's where Hard Rock, he owns it.
I'm sure they would be happy to, push your flight back out a couple of days if you were gonna, get your own accommodations during that time.
Right.
Of course they would.
Probably be a good idea.
I'm sure most comics who go over there from the States
probably stay for a little bit because of the flight.
Exactly.
I do notice when people talk about flying to Australia how they think that the flight is so ridiculously long or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, there's like only so long a flight can really be, and then I'm just going to be asleep for most of it. Like as somebody who's, for family reasons flown to Japan a number of times, it's like if it's more than, it's, oh my God, it's 20 hours. It's like, well, I'm going to sleep for 8 of those. Like I can only be awake for kind of like 12 max, unless you put me on a flight even if you put me on a flight at 6 a.m., eventually I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I could give a shit if I was awake the whole time, man. I wanted to go home. Before COVID, I was going to go. And then COVID came, and then my kids got to an age where they were like, Dad, I'd rather kind of go somewhere else. And I was like, well, you guys don't even want to go? Well, if you don't really want to go, why the fuck would I want to go? It's going to cost me $20,000 to take all you assholes.
Yeah.
Because accommodation, chick, and 2 kids. So now, just going and not paying for anything?
Yep.
Fuck, yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, Vegemite all around. All right, we've got to go. So make sure you check out more show. Patreon.com/AllisMate, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't die.